Today, maybe we see the classic YSS mula kay Sabero. Kamusta naman ang Omega?
Well, that's a big thing, right? Like,
Tigas at angas sa liga ng pinakamalalakas MPL Superbad Magingay!
Okay, the super fam locked and loaded. They got the shades out. Let's go ahead and introduce them.
yeah, bring out the shades, and you really need it, especially if you're fighting against these guys who are really glowing golden. Man, that gold lane matchup, we're all talking about it. We're all waiting for it. It feels like it's barely, it's barely inching each other, and I feel like Sabero is still the pivotal factor here for onic.
In the almost 8-year history of MPL Philippines, I've never seen a player speak, have a microphone stepping up on stage, doing their own entrance.
Yeah. I didn't catch what he said.
He said he addressed Sabero.
He addressed Sabero. That's about what I thought.
So, with that said, I think right now, if onic is oozing with confidence with their gameplay,
yeah,
Omega are seeping with aura.
They got aura, man.
Even with Liquid in the league, I think Omega are stonks right now.
Aura. That's why if you have the super fan for onic, like, are we gonna come up with a new kind of this new reference to the barangay, or they're like revitalized? And I don't know, there was so many different things. Like the Tano #1 was out there with them. They got the fan base rolling here. They're actually on our side of the arena.
They got our knee sticks.
Yeah.
Or Kali sticks, as the world would like to call it.
They're kind of for defense, right? Or is that right?
That's
like
right.
That?
For enforcement.
For enforcement.
It's very defensive. It also can be, very threatening, and that's exactly what Omega is right here.
Yeah.
Like a big far cry from where they were earlier in the season.
Legit threat.
Yeah, that's exactly the point, because for the longest time, even that I can remember, we've always talked about Smart Omega timers, that time for them to go ahead and shine. Well, they did it early on, man. Then, now they are where they are at 4th seed. Let's listen into this Smart 5G ping test for our matchup.
Kamusta yung feeling na nakapasok na sa playoff?
Masaya kasi, lagi namin nakapasok ng playoffs ngayon eh. Pero yung triganda talaga namin, doon na sa playoffs. Tatapusin na muna namin yung matches.
May message ba kayo sa Omega ngayon na sila daw yung pumuputol ng mga win streak?
So lang sa Omega, good luck. Galingan natin. Lalo ka na nets.
Sana maging engeng sila para manalo kami, sana.
Nung nalaman mo na playoff secured na kayo, anong unang pumasok sa utak mo?
Sa akin po medyo na-relax po ako eh. Tsaka na-relieve po sobra. Kasi sa Pinas po talagang hirap mag-qualify kahit top 6 kasi dito po lahat ng malalakas na teams eh.
If I'm not mistaken, last 2 years, ngayon na lang ulit kayo nakapasok, ng playoffs. Anong bago? Bakit nakuha nyo yung playoffs ngayon? Anong difference sa team nyo?
May in common po kami na pinagdadaanan. Kasi last season po ako po, bangko lang po ako eh. Tapos si Cap po, galing MDL. Tapos yung tatlo po, di ko po nakapag-playoffs last season. Kaya parang po kami, may in common po kami na gutom, parang yung season.
Okay, so there we go. We got a little insights there, especially on the Smart Omega side, Perks, that what's been working for them this season especially. I think there's a certain gravity to it where you've locked in your spot early on. You can now have some fun a bit, but also they have just played with this kind of synergy, working together, and some of the experience that they had where, you mentioned, they mentioned coming from MDL and this and that, but it's all working for Smart Omega. It's kind of, I know the other English desk we had here last week, wasn't there? Like, man, it's kind of magic. It's a certain kind of magic from Smart Omega.
And magic is...
Do you remember this?
It's less magic and more something preternatural. They're definitely doing something. We just don't understand it yet.
Right. It's not like completely supernatural, but
we don't get it yet.
Not quite on the level of understanding. They're just playing out their minds, I guess.
Because they haven't is that right? They haven't qualified in the last 2 years. 2 years.
16, 15. They were last seen in the playoffs in season 14,
right?
Wherein they got eliminated in the first round.
Yeah, right away. Wow.
Sheesh.
Look, and this is probably the stats speak for themselves between Mingwin and Perciva. This is their duo stats. Let's go ahead and take a look at this, Rockheart, and break it down. Mingwin assisted 8 out of 12 Perciva kills.
So basically, it's just showing a really strong duo stat for this. I think they kind of I think Perks actually boiled down to it where he really learned so much by being benched for the longest time. I think he's really is applying that right now alongside a captain that really enables him.
Yep, he's got definitely the potential after being the main 5 roamer of Blacklist International.
Right.
Seen last time when Omega was in the playoffs.
Oh my god.
And then, you know, now
Right.
he's working with Mingwin, the captain, and they're facing off against Prince and Brusco, the Monster Mage and the Bruiser.
The Bruiser, both of them, again, very deadly. Whenever you look at the duos, right, between the mid laners and the roams,
Yo.
just what they're able to go ahead and accomplish, and Super Prince and Brusco, definitely a deadly combo.
Mingwin and Perks actually trump them in 2 out of the 3 stats.
That's interesting. That's what do you have to do that against onic, right? But I can't get it. Although onic right now feels like it's still there's still a force of nature.
Yeah.
You know what? I've been watching so many streams of like coaches who are on stream. They whenever everyone asks about, you know, Prince, they always say this guy's magic. This guy has like 6 senses. So
Yeah, there's something about Prince, man. And I'm not just saying that because he made the Gord win twice last week. I'm just...
Of course you're not.
that's just a bonus.
That's just a bonus, but there is something, and people have been saying about that since Super Prince's introduction into the league. You know, that's like he had that potential before, but now it's like he's this monster mage. He's this guy that's able to go ahead and just do so many great things in that role for the team. And looking at this broken walls for game 1, onic being that first priority pick, we'll see if they just end up picking the Harley like we're still expecting, unless they decide to go ahead and prioritize something else. Again, the Jushin is also still available here, and we know that they like to pick that up. The box is going to be the ban out here.
Absolutely crucial for them to actually block that out. We've seen it in hands of King Kong. As much as he is one of the strongest assassin junglers for the last few seasons, he's really stepping into that one where Carl TZ actually is right now, more on utility.
And that's why I think in the keys to victory, it was very clearly stated, don't give kills to King Kong. It's not, don't give him an assassin. That's almost impossible to do in the draft. It's very tight. It's more of just don't let him get away with it.
Yeah, and this is... So now if you're Smart Omega 2, you might actually have to consider the Gord being picked up here with the Harley. They're one of the few teams that do this combination. Super Prince, they won with it twice, like I said, and one of those was with the Harley. So, you know, it might be something they want to deal with or handle in the draft, but I just don't think it's warranted the ban. I think you just have to kind of play against it if it happens.
Yeah, not quite ban-worthy right now. And working with this Harley, you just want to speed it up. I feel like the Baksha ban is just to slow them down. Ironically, you're ironic, right? Because it's a jungler, it's a utility jungler.
There it is.
It's supposed to be slower.
I
Here's
said
that
it.
Gord that you literally manifested into existence.
Yeah. So they were actually thinking that it could potentially be banned out.
It's super early as well.
If they're going to pick it up this early with the Harley, who it's got the most success with is that combination.
And already, I'm afraid that in this trade, Omega did not pick up the answer. You need someone to dive that Gord.
Yeah.
You would know this.
Yep.
They did nothing in the first phase to compromise the Gord. So, again, Prince is going to get away with this.
Because the Hilda will just run straight at him, and then you just stun him.
It's too honest.
Yeah, you just stun the Hilda. Like,
Hilda
you're
doesn't
fine.
feel like it's enough.
Just tell her stop.
Yeah. Hey, stay there.
What about XP picks?
Good girl.
What about XP picks? Or thinking Lapu maybe? Maybe thinking Kali?
She's an Amazon woman.
Swap out the, what do you call this? Maybe swap out the Hilda or XP, then go get that Kali.
Oh, they could. They could actually swing that.
Or just invest in a Yu Zhong.
Yeah. I think we've got a little bit of a join in here on the draft. Let's go ahead and throw it over with our host. I think they've got they've got some special guests out there in the audience.
Casters, habang patuloy ang drafting sa tapatan ng Onic Philippines at Barangay Omega, syempre lahat ng mga players, lahat ng mga fans ay humuhusga rin sa kanilang mga drafting. And I'm here with Onel and Rare Candy. Guys, sa nakikita nyo ngayon sa drafting, ano yung masasabi nyo?
Ako, para sa akin, for the side of onic, I'm really loving the first 3 picks here for onic kasi sobrang komportable to para sa onic. Nakita natin kung gaano ka-komportable at kung gaano ka-dominant yung Harley and yung Gord dito. Actually, yung tatlo dun sa side ng onic, yung Harley ni King Kong, Gord ni Super Prince, tapos yung Claude Xavero.
How about you, Rare Candy?
Ako naman, of course, I'm going to go to the side talaga of the dive comp here for OMG. Grabe, this Harith talaga para sa best gold laner ng MPL. Yeah, I love that here. I love that here. Especially, it is a natural answer dito para sa poke comp here dito ng Onic. So again, very heavy dive here ang na-favor ko dito.
And of course, meron pa tayong mga 2 spots remaining. Ano sa tingin niyo yung hero na pwede pa nilang i-add dyan?
Now for the side of onic, I think kailangan lang nila ng roamer na magsusustain sa lineup nila because that's what they need, an initiator for the side of onic. Pero sa XP lane na naman, I think they can go for an Alice maybe, pero masyado na atang magiging magic heavy yung lineup na yun. So sa Omega naman,
Honestly, it's the damage profile lang just to even out here for MG, and they're all set na for everything that onic will throw at them.
And patuloy na nga ang drafting phase and we're almost set now. Back to you, casters.
Okay, thank you so much. That is 2 of our current talents in the Talent Academy, or hopefuls, aspirants to be casters. Yeah, that's Onel and
Rare Candy.
Rare Candy.
Yep. Rare Candy is a proud Cebuano.
Cebuano.
That's right.
He's got great English.
They do.
He sounds very, maybe we'll see him in the future, but there it is, Tarizla and the Kaja. They mentioned they needed, I think it was Onel that mentioned onic needs this initiator. They need that kind of tanky lineup front line. Well, they get this with the Tarizla, and then you get a catch roam with the Kaja.
You also know this. You need someone to get things set up. But look at that! Lancelot, where have you been? Coming back in for Omega.
Okay.
Let's see how that's going to fare with a Kaja in play, though.
All right, super fans, scan the QR code right now on the screen and predict the match winner correctly for a chance to win 1,000 MLBB Diamonds. Good luck to you all. Let us know what you think on the draft here. Who's going to end up winning? This is going to be a tough one, though.
A little bit of elite ball knowledge, some history for y'all.
All right.
About 5 years ago, when Ryzen debuted, he was part of the renaissance of Lancelot in Season 8.
This would have been the, what was the emblem called at that time?
Not even,
no?
That's not Mage Slayer, not yet.
It's not Mage Slayer yet.
That was the season before Mage Slayer.
Veteran Hunter.
Veteran Hunter.
The
old
introduction of
one.
Before
which-
that?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
So, the Lancelot here in Ryzen's hands,
Yeah.
it's an artist's instrument.
Just like we have seen him before on other assassins, like the Fanny, for example. It's great because there's very few players, maybe 1 or 2, now 2, that pick up the Lancelot currently in Season 17 in the MPL Philippines. So here we go. We're jumping into it. It's a best of 3 between onic Philippines and Smart Omega. Again, they both locked in their spots for the playoffs already, sitting at 3rd and 4th seeds. This one is a battle between the sea. Who can get the momentum going into the playoffs?
I really do love that Lancelot. I'm just not 100% sure it's going to fare well against a lineup that has a Kaja and can kind of just lock you down. Although it's great for poking around the gourd. I'm sure you've had your fair share of, Lancelot's trying to get back into your back line.
Yeah.
But it's just a little bit harder, especially if Brusco is having a good day.
Yeah, it's... How many times... I missed the stat there. I know we've seen Kaja maybe, once or twice. Not too much.
Very niche. Very niche appearances.
Yeah. This is what I like, though. I like it when there is some of that shake-up going on. Whoa!
King Kong here, set back. That's what you call a technical knockout.
TKO, get your butt into the base.
Yep,
And they're doing that right now very beautifully here. I feel like Omega's exerting just enough pressure while also just keeping their life bars in kind of check.
And that's what I'm saying. This is the different Omega we've seen this season, man. They're willing to go ahead and be a little aggressive in the early game. Go ahead and play around the jungle if they want to. It feels like this is a more confident Omega than we've seen in a long time, and they're able to go ahead and rotate the map to go ahead and showcase that.
Already there's a few interesting decisions Omega has made. Ryzen is actually rocking the HP-based retribution.
Yeah.
Right?
What's up with that?
I mean, that just keeps you in the game, right? That just keeps you in the game longer. Very similar to Tank Lancelot, the way that we will usually play it, but more on the safe side.
Okay, in before that actually happens. Now the turtle started up. Pertiva hit with Deadly Magics, catches it with much gusto. Quicksand guards the damage all away, and Ryzen secures turtle number 1.
Okay, so that was a great zoning play, too, from Omega to go ahead and set up around that. But right now, the goal lane... Okay, so Meron's going to be fine. Is there any response there? No. So, objective secure for Smart Omega. No fight breaks out. No one goes down just yet.
Yeah, in fairness, that was a very good, trade. And you're right, it was such a free zone.
Yeah.
Created here by Omega. There wasn't even a contest, and at this point, putting more pressure on onic, it's exactly what they need to do. They need to make this Harley's world smaller and smaller to a point where it's not going to do that much damage. Ryzen can kind of deadly, just 4 rows away of deadly magic. You've got also perks who can just quicksand guard it.
Yep.
And I think we'll see that right here.
Oh, wow.
As long as you time it properly, you are safe.
He Thorn rose away the proc of the damage up top. A little bit of action. Some ults dropped by our gold laners.
Once Brusco hits his 4, we'll have to watch out for who he decides to go and pick off. Yes, Omega's lineup gives them a lot of utility to go ahead and get out of, let's say, deadly magics and everything else, but it's more so of, you look at both sides, they have great pick potential, right? They're going to go ahead and be able to utilize whether that's the roamers to do that. I mean, obviously, at Kaja, you have a little more straightforward way of, let me just grab someone and get this flicker off so we can get an automatic numbers advantage in terms of fighting into objectives. But for Smart Omega, letting Netsky farm up on this Harith, again, he's been able to do that so well, is part of the game plan, but also utilizing Ryzen. Is he going to be more of an aggressive Lancelot, or is he going to be more of that bruiser kind of tankier type we're used to see?
I'm excited for the latter. What if he does?
What if he does, right? Or it could be, again, maybe a Fredrin cosplay, you know, try to stay in the front as much as possible. That's what they're trying to do. And I wonder if he does that, right?
Oh.
Well, look at the build, though, right? That feels like
Warax.
It's Warax.
Yeah.
And then where from there?
Yeah. That might just be, you know, that first item to get him.
Endless, maybe.
Yeah.
Or brute force. I can already hear and see in chat all of the Burmese fans.
Oh boy.
Ken, formerly of Mythic Seal and Falcons.
Falcons, yep.
Used to do that a lot.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh.
Second turtle's up. Brusco might look to pull the trigger here. Super Prince gets his first item and gets Glowing Wand. King Kong already picked up the Genius Wand. That's the combination that usually is already enough to do quite a bit of burst damage in the early game. So you see, both teams knowing this, they're not going to fully commit yet. Perks does get stunned. Netsky picking up his first item as well. Starting on the turtle, Ryzen's got control. The Severo's just around the corner, though.
Netsky's there, too.
Okay, just like that. Smart Omega secure. The turtle gosh thrown out. And James is in trouble. James gets taken out of the map here as Frizz draws first blood. Perxiva, with just about 1 HP, gets away.
Well, they're
And they're
trying
not done. That's a projectile thrown out, forcing Mingwin to back on out of here. Turning tail.
All right, all said and done, feels like Onyx still got a bit of a better trade there, just because they were able to push them back. Gives you more space to invade this jungle, and maybe, just maybe, buying more time for Severo.
Yep, Severo, you know, he was there.
Oh,
no, that's a stun.
Another projectile just bouncing to almost sheer death.
When you think
saying.
about it, it's interesting, right? There are 2 projectiles that latch on the heroes.
Yeah.
Here, Harley as well as a Terizla. You gotta be very mindful for both of them.
Yeah, if you get trapped in this penalty zone, oh, Netsky.
What a
takes the
bait.
damage.
Netsky here committing the Zaman Force. And this kind of gives Prince like a guide as to where you can put the gush.
Yeah, yeah. And not only that, too, that knowing the Zaman Force isn't available also gives Severo a bit of an upper hand up there, at least to control this part of the lane. And that's why you also have Perxiva up here, just to go ahead and make sure. Netsky should have that ultimate back up here shortly.
Yeah, Perxiva definitely doing a lot of the heavy lifting of absorbing all the, you know, aggression that's supposed to go to Mingwin and supposed to go to Netsky. That's why Netsky feels he's so confident, right? He's just joining these team fights non-stop. And look, it's a good look for them, honestly, despite Onic obviously still having 1.1k gold lead. Item check here feels like, you know what, Netsky does have the items to go get ready. And, you know, we're looking at marksman trendy here for Severa still, so that's still a lot of time. It's maybe like 5 minutes or 4 more minutes.
Yeah.
The gush was used as peel.
Yep.
Because Onyx not ready for the fight.
Nah, absolutely.
Yeah, they weren't ready for it. And sometimes that's what Fritz is going to have to do. So
Wait. All right.
How is Severo policing Ryzen out of his own jungle?
He's just cutting that wave, man.
Supposed to be the other way around, honestly. So
like
catching up off guard.
Brusco comes in with the Divine Judgment, but Perxiva wasn't having any of it. Zaman Force trapped in now, and they put it all on Brusco. Mingwin gets the kill. Ryzen making a beeline straight for the turtle, and there's the penalty zone. Perxiva catches Deadly Magics. Turtle still standing. 2-0 so far, making it 3-0 as Omega take 100% of these early game major objectives.
Okay, we're going to have to take a breather. Woo. Not sure which side. It looks like it's on. It looks like it's on Onyx side, but Yeah, either way, that's 3 for 3 turtles. Ryzen has control of the objectives, and I think for onic, they've got to kind of figure out how we're going to approach the Lord when it gets to it. Because so far, smartMega has done an amazing job at just posting up and controlling the space.
You guys seeing the zones that are being created by the Zaman Force, by James, just making sure that you can't really focus down on one target. And it's a big yo-yo. It's like a big tag team battle that's happening right now. James and Perk just going in and out, just really confusing the game plan here for onic. Especially now that Savero's just not ready, like Leo mentioned.
7.5 minutes in, it seems like the gourd problem isn't real yet.
Yeah.
Because, sure, they did not invest in a Hujong or someone that can, directly dive Super Fins, but they seem to be playing around it.
Yeah, it's either Super Prince is just kind of also calculating where he wants to go ahead and use the Mystic Gush. Sometimes, like you said, it's got to be a peel. Sometimes they're actually bursting someone down. But you also still have to make sure that you don't just set yourself up to get dived on yourself, And so far, smartMega is doing a great job. And these guys, by the way, in the front row, they've been to every one of the matches up here. And of course, both teams have their own buffs going on.
Absolutely.
All they need is Barangay Tanan #1.
He's got to start dancing, man. I think that's what it's going to take.
He's got to start spazzing out.
Yeah.
His online
We
content,
call that dancing.
his online content is not broadcast friendly. So this is about half the potency of what he usually does.
At least he keeps it on here.
Oh, man.
All right.
Check him out if you can online. But yeah, we're going back to it. Not too much, not too much action. It's mostly been smartMega just controlling objectives. It looks like they're going to try to make a push up here on that top side, tier 1. Savero's here. He's got the information, but I don't think onic can really respond to this. So smartMega playing around their advantages for now.
That's right. Despite all the ejective trades, it just, it's an equalization, right? It's still onic who got a big chunk of that early lead. And right now, what they're fighting for is more on map control.
Oh my
God.
James here. It's his turn to kick out the opposing jungler. And now they sent 2 over. It's Kirk and Brusco. James refuses. Mr. Gloria, you can't do this.
Woo. This guy's got a grudge, man.
Yeah, Hilda's so strong for this. And that was part of the key.
Oh, 1v1! Who's hanging? Savero has to back on out of that. Hey! Gets taken down. I call shenanigans.
Oh, no.
2v1.
Not done.
Penguin, Crimson Beacon. No targets.
Whew, you can't bob and weave when there's a huge straight beam just in the bushes, man.
You're seeing the switches here, right?
Yeah.
Amazing switches. I know it's very basic, but you're looking at just masterful maneuvers here.
You know what? If that was a 1v1, I think Neski would have won.
Yeah, if Prince wasn't there, definitely he would have been able to go ahead and get that proc off. And he had the Zaman Force too, so...
Oh, divine judgment on a James. James flickers through the wall, does survive even the gush, and in comes Ryzen. Does not want to push the issue.
I love that when the moment he saw Divine Judgment on cooldown, oh, it's my time. Ryzen just not going to be given anything here, at least for now.
Whoa, Perxiva jumps on a Savero, BMI out.
What is Ryzen building? He's got a Fury Hammer, he's got the War Axe.
And then he's on his way to Brute Force.
Is
there
that
it
Brute
is.
Force? Okay,
Brute
there's
Force.
Brute Force. There it is. All right.
Dean!
I thought he'd take it up second, but he ends up getting it third.
Dean, what's going on? He's building Bruiser Lancelot like it's 2022.
He said, you know what? Fury Hammer is all I need, bro.
Yeah.
And maybe a War Axe.
Yeah.
And it actually is fine. It's fine. Actually, it'll help the Lancelot with just so much in-game or in-fight survivability. And it just makes it so easy to take these objectives.
Oh, Perxiva halted there. Stunted by the Mystic projection. King Kong taking the purple. Ryzen's off about 4 seconds.
Yeah, they gotta kind of wait here. There's at the same time, even with the Lord up, they really can't do too much commitment to it just yet. He's gonna go ahead. Ryzen grabs his purple buff. This is where we see onic actually wants to go ahead and fight for space control around this. Perxiva picking up his own chastised pauldrons. We got a good couple of defensive items picked up for smartMega here before this fight breaks out. They might go for a pick. It might even be onic that goes for a pick before the Lord take here. They don't have much that they can push with off the other side of the map, so they all want to be together. James.
2v1. He's got Savero and Kirk on him.
Oh, boy.
Brusco looking for targets.
He doesn't have
James will
flicker.
survive. Lordy are at a 10 of its out. Then comes Brusco. Savero coming in. Natsuki looking for the punish. Down goes Ryzen. Super Fix finds him. and Omega are left with one member missing. They take down another as King Kong kills Perxiva.
It looks so good for a moment there, but just when they need it the most, all this burst, all this AoE CC popping in from that gourd. And we're seeing the power of the gourd plus the Kaiju right now. Severo being such a free hit menace against Omega.
Yep. Oh, no, there's the pole.
Divine Judgment on a James.
Another one.
No bush here, sir. No bush. Kirk here. Gonna get hit with that Crimson Lantern, but he survives.
He's alive.
Kirk's alive.
James falls. Crimson Beacon by Mingwin. Revenge strike takes down the cap, and the Lord will pop the shield down bot.
It seemed like so much just happened there. Omega loses their shields. The Lord charges into that bottom turret. They still maintain it, but whoa, Ryzen! Okay. Woo! All right, he took so much damage. I gotta say, earlier on too, Severo, just to be able to zone out James and poke him down, and James didn't have a flicker to get away, was enough to go ahead and help them win the space around the Lord, which now has resulted to onic swinging hard in their favor, up 5,000.
It feels like James was doing a good job, right? Like, removing the gold laner from the fight was massive, but you forget, it's a Claude. It can BMI back in, and I think that's kind of what they forgot. And while that was happening,
Perxiva flickers back! Quicksand guard, recovering a little bit of health.
Yep, so...
A little bit here.
Now they gotta defend the base.
They go for it!
Oh, they're collapsing in. Brusco, Mingwin from the flank wants to get it, but he gets taken out of the fight. Crimson Beacon back, looking for more. Kirk jumps into the penalty zone.
Damn, Kirk!
Mystic projection cancels the Zaman Force, and they pull James. James with the flicker. Another projection. And a Deadly Magic. King Kong takes him down. Oh, Deadly Magic still held on to. Did not throw it out. Perxiva falls. onic are thrifty with it.
Man, that's like the perfect back and forth on both sides. And it's a tug of war. That's exactly what it looks
Literally.
like, Rockhart.
It's a literal tug of war where you're seeing a great push and pull. The problem is Omega just not quite have it yet.
Ryzen gets taken down. Traded up for King Kong. And then Netsky eventually falls. onic have lethal intent. Mingwin left to defend.
Man, we just hit, I don't know, this feels like watching a movie and getting to the climax where everything's just happening.
Mystic gush by Prince. Will not take down James. In comes the rest of them. Smart Omega, they want more.
They do not want to rest. They are trying to push back force for force. It's just not working out. It feels like Omega has the firepower, but they don't have the reach, man.
Yeah.
They're trying to fight back, but it's like their arm is just 1 inch too short.
Yep, Severo, 2,000 gold ahead Netsky right now. It's just, you know, him on the Claude, he's been so effective, so efficient. And it's now, especially when you see him being able to utilize all these items that he was able to farm up very quickly. You know, he's knocked down turrets, he's able to go ahead and just pump out damage, that Omega has to respect Severo alone. But in the meantime, they've also got to watch out for getting beamed down or Divine Judgment from Brusco. So Smart Omega has so many things to keep an eye on. And now even James, earlier on we saw him so aggressive. You know, go with James, big game James here. But now he's even got to be a little more hesitant. Conceal's going to be used.
Oh, they
Put down
conceal.
a third of his health. Perxiva in the middle of it all. Catches some smoke. Ryzen forced the Phantom Execution not out. King Kong takes down Perxiva. That is the second time this game that he's done that 1v1. Ryzen just barely gets out of that. And now Netsky dropping the Phantom Force. The Divine Judgment from out of nowhere. Severo takes down Netsky.
Why did Netsky decide to drop the Zaman Force down there?
Eng Eng, man.
It's Eng moves.
Severo was prophetic with it. He said last week, he said, Eng Eng Kanetsky.
Eng Eng Kanetsky. What does Eng Eng mean again for our viewers out there?
Not very bright.
Not very bright.
Is that the official?
Is that the official translation?
I think so.
Roughly.
Roughly. Oh!
Inside the base, penalty zone plus the gush. Almost takes down both Mingwin and Ryzen. And the Super Fever on the base. They'll take game one.
That was just some nasty moves there being done by onic, winning the tug of war against Omega. It's 1-0.
What a... It just feels like they literally were like, you know what, we don't care about the turtles. Let's just press on the gas when we get to this, the Lord onward.
This is the battle between third and fourth.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of skinny guys boxing, dude. They just don't give up. It's just
I didn't hear no bell. You know, basically.
Let me at him.
Let me at him.
You know what? It should be, right? But it feels like it is still exhibiting like the strongest of the strongest in MLBB. It just, they deserve to be on that slot and maybe even higher with that level of just back and forth that we've been seeing from both these two teams. Neither of them backing down every single time.
Yeah, that was the one where we were like, yeah, if that was a one-on-one, Nesky would have won that.
Nesky would have won that, bro.
I thought it was a duel.
Yeah. I don't know what happened at the end there when he was like, yeah, Domin Force just ends up getting dragged by the Kaja. But hey, that was a dominant ending for onic, because once they had that lead, once they were able to secure that Lord and then everything else, and they won that team fight, like they didn't let up at all here.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a gentleman's agreement, bro. They didn't go with it. And King Kong absolutely played phenomenal here. I don't know if you guys know this.
Yeah.
We don't really say him as much, but I feel like his impact just made sure that Pert Ziva, whoever was in front, was just forced to run each and every time.
Dude, that's such a deadly combo too. The projectile from Super Friends, but also the penalty zone. Like, think for Omega, you're trying to get away, but you just can't. And then at the same time, you might be getting Divine Judgment and dragged it back. Like we saw in those team fights, that push pull. There we go. Kamehameha! Super France MVP for game 1. Let's go. There's more and more Gourds in the games now because of this guy. And many other players that are starting to play Gourd.
Gourd is real.
Gourd is real, man.
That's just no other way to say it. Gourd is real, especially in the hands of a master. This guy is just, you know, there's not much you can say about it. It was clean. It was perfect.
You remember earlier, Ronkar, when I was like, do you think it's worth the ban? I don't know. Maybe now it's like...
Maybe now it is.
Maybe it's now like if onic or any team gets a Harley first pick and you know that they can potentially play Gourd, maybe you should ban it out.
This brings up two things. Number one, you should just, as a mid laner in MPL Philippines, know how to play Gourd.
Yeah.
His kid is just too good, especially if, number two, your opponents don't draft to take you down.
Yeah.
I think Omega, for a majority of this game, maybe the first half, we're getting away with not killing the Gourd.
Yeah.
But eventually it'll come to a point where that Gourd has to go. And they just we're not armed for it. Sure, you could jump in with a Khalid. Sure, you can, weave in through the Lancelot or go hunting in the back line with a Hilda. But this kind of lineup is just a little too honest and upfront for you to do that.
For me, maybe if it was a Guinevere jungler, it would have been a different story. Because this Lancelot right now was not Gourd ready. Did you guys get a sense of that? He didn't really hunt down Super Friends as much as you think a Lancelot should hunt down a very stationary mid laner.
That's true.
That's the thing that's missing in this whole thing.
Or the Zhong. Where's the Zhong?
Zhong. I think another part of it though too was it was such a great pick at the end, the Kaja, man, because it's also threatening in itself. Like, yes, Harley, like we've talked about a bunch, Harley is a threat, deadly magic, but even having a Kaja there just in case he had to peel for Super Friends, that was always an option. But when onic realized, like, hey, like that, I don't need to actually peel for Friends, he's fine. I'm going to be more aggressive on the Kaja with my Divine Judgment ultimate and just go ahead and grab people. That was a thing too. There was so many options that onic could utilize with their composition to make sure that Super Friends was safe. And then meanwhile, Silvero is just farming up, he's doing his thing, and once he's online, you're feeling that blazing duet damage and even his auto attack damage on the clock.
And all of that just combined, it was just immeasurable. And Khalid was not the front line that was built to take it. Not even with the help of, imagine that, right? A Hilda, one of the tankiest heroes in MLBB. You need more. You just need more survivability. You maybe needed the tank jungler. But either way, the Gourd usually just slices through those heroes anyway.
Yeah.
So what do you do if you are Omega?
Yeah, man, you can see, again, how much damage essentially the carries here were able to do. Super Friends 75,000, Severo over there with 81,000, and
I would have given the second nod to Severo.
Severo, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Him alone in that one pivotal team fight with the Lord, the first Lord, of him just sticking on James so that James couldn't go anywhere.
And then going back to the fight.
Was enough.
Okay. As is, Claude alone in Lord dances is disgusting.
You mentioned this last week.
Yeah, he alone can pull the Lord, play with it, and then make the opposing team react with 3 or 4 members, and you're just one dude.
Wasn't the discussion of what other gold laner can do that?
No one else.
No one else.
Especially that speed. The speed in which you enter the middle of a fight.
Yeah. Moskov can kinda, Carry can kinda, because again, how fighter emblem is a thing, but Claude has BMI.
Yeah.
Claude deals with everyone.
Yeah.
You just need to stand there, basically.
And Claude can fight multiple dudes at a time because of
Please do it.
And that's the problem is when you have Harley and a Claude, who, you know, you have the space magic, but then you also have the BMI. It's so hard to deal with that if you're already behind, you know, because some of those team fights were the perfect example of that. And tug of war, like Rock Hard Metro, was the exact metaphor that I was thinking. I was like, man, it's this literally back and forth, but Onyx lineup just let them do that better
like
against the up front lineup of Omega.
It's like you play tug of war, you got mass, you got bigger mass on the other side. It just feels unfair.
And I think Omega's lineup is good at the back and forth baseline, right? They can play tug of war forever given the sustainability of the Hilda, sustainability of Claude, the Khalid. But the difference is Onic is playing a tug of war while punching you in the face. Like, that's
with a foul.
Dude's got boxing gloves on, basically.
or no gloves on. It's just
Sip purified water is filtered through volcanic rocks for a crisp, clean taste that quenches like no other. Quench that thirst, take a sip. Sorry, I had to take a sip because that tug of war was pretty insane, man. I mean, we all need to take a sip. Thank you, Sip. Hydrate.
I love this segment, man. Love this segment.
Yeah, it's always nice. You guys would be surprised at how many sip bottles we go through at a cast. But also, you see the Max 5D on stage over there? That's clever engineering, keeping these teams locked in. No distractions, just pure performance, brought to you by TT Racing Philippines. They have your back. We have your back. Check out those Max 5D chairs. And they have plenty of other chairs, by the way, too. Check out TT Racing. They've got great ergo chairs? I always mispronounce it.
Ergonomic chairs.
Ergonomics. I love the ergonomic chairs. Also, we have some special insights here on exactly what has been going on for Season 17 so far throughout the regular season. Rockhart, can you take us through all these happenings?
We got our first import, man, and he's doing a lot better, like above average, even more expected. We got heart rate monitors introduced. You know, Tracy just basically arrived and brought Twisted Minds almost single-handedly to the playoffs. We got Omega. 2-year drought, it's over. And of course, we got the Golden Royale going on. Not really settled quite yet. And Carl TZ just doing GOAT things. You know, he only died 3 times in 1 weekend. Last week.
He's still human.
He's still human.
Still human.
But he's amazing.
And the week before, he didn't die. Whole week.
Oh, man.
Amazing.
Amazing. Also, this is what's happening on our final week of the regular season. There's a whole lot for week 8.
We look back, now let's look forward. Today, we finally come through to who is really ang-ang between Savero and Netsky. Tomorrow, we see an old rivalry again. The first time that they faced off was in the grand finals of Season 9. Ryzen versus Demon Kite. Was that Season 9? Yes, it was!
Yes, Season 9.
My memory failed me. And then on day 3, we have the golden rivalry, Savero versus Tere. And then we finally get to hear the official release of Palag Na To by Janine Bernine because of our partnership with Universal Music Group. I'm amazed, I'm excited, and of course, the final chapter in the regular season. Who comes through? Final slot. Last they get to go to San Juan Arena. AP Brand versus Aurora.
That gave me chills, bro.
That is so good. Like, I don't know if we've had...
cover it, Joseph.
I was going to say, I don't know if we've had an ending week like this for the regular season with all these happenings.
It's like a finale.
I love 17, man. I love Season 17. Not to mention, we're also getting... I will have to add to that, by the way. We got this season, what? The 6-man panel? No other esport has ever actually done that.
How come we didn't add that into the... No, I'm joking.
It's just something that we don't, man. It's just normal now.
It's just amazing.
It's just a thing.
It's amazing, and now it's normal.
You like 17? Wait till you see 18.
I saw the smile on your face.
Wait till you see 18, dude.
Please, nobody clip that. I beg of you. I beg of you.
Hey.
You've been here long enough, dude.
You've been here long enough. You've been here long enough, Rockhart. You know, Super Prince, here's the stats, by the way. Super Prince right now, mid lane, that's not a whole lot of average kills, but look at his KDA, man. 7.76 there, the kill participation, but the average damage as a mid laner, he's first at 3,755. that's just how much damage Super Prince is able to pump out for these team fights to let them win and get that favor.
And for me, it's not always like the flashy team fights for Super Prince. For me, it's his consistency, able to stay in these fights longer than most mid laners actually are more comfortable with. Again, that's just enabled by his team. Such a good mid trio.
Yeah.
Can't go home without it. It's amazing.
Hey, the Super Fam don't go through this many iterations. You still are the heart of the team.
Right. That says something, right? That says something.
That's it. Coach Why Not was not exaggerating.
Yeah. Looking at this on the other side, though, it's Netsky. This is what we've been talking about with the gold lane, man. Week 7 gold lane stats. So last week, this is where he ended up. You have Doman Kite at number 1 for KDA. Netsky, though, look at the other 3 categories, man. Average kill participation, gold share, damage dealt share. Everybody here, I don't know how this breaks down. Like, you have 26%, 26%.
Of the team's damage
dealt
The share. Yeah.
Okay. So there's 5 dudes, right?
Yeah.
Netsky deals a little above a quarter of it. Overall.
That's pretty amazing.
Him, Savera, and Benny.
So basically, if you look at this graph, he is the best player.
Some would argue.
There's other stats there too, but you know, also looking at Severo, here's his gold lane stats.
It's interesting because again, one of the things that you brought up earlier, the unique heroes. That's the biggest stat I actually want to highlight for this guy.
He'd be number 1 too.
Exactly. Not just because of, you know, his amazing KDA, not that. It's just how much flexibility, how much utility, not to mention the mastery of very specific heroes like the YSS.
And again, big picture. He comes from a region, a league that relishes in team fights.
Yeah.
Sometimes just cause. And now, in the league wherein macro is number 1,
he's a turret destroyer.
Absolutely.
He's number 3. Up until this week, he was almost fighting for upper bracket.
Yeah. He's number 3, locked in with this team for the playoffs, but also he's number 1 average damage to turrets, man.
There you go. So he's that objective-centric now.
He's that guy.
He's him.
He is him.
That's Clayton gold laner, Clayton Savera gold laner.
You know what I would say, though, too? I almost feel like he is the pressure, man. In the gold lane. Remember when he said that back
like
in
week 1
or 2, and he's like, I'm the pressure.
And it's actually real.
Yeah, because what I would say about Severo and watching him throughout these 8 weeks now, he's usually winning the one-on-one lane matchup against other gold laners. I feel like he's really competitive there alone.
I mean, you come from a region where fights just break out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You build that kind of sense of like, I gotta be ready.
You're always ready. And I guess last glaze, I promise. He's technically a fresher here.
He's technically a rookie.
He is.
Technically a rookie in this league.
He is.
Just keep that in mind while all of this craziness happening on your screens.
I'm going to do a topic on this, but I'm really glad we have an import. At least one of the imports that made it through.
Being an import as well.
Yeah. You know, I was sort of an import in a way.
You are an import, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He looks like an import.
I look like an import. I mean, you know, I got a Filipino passport.
You do have a lot of passports, man. But you you were born in Japan, right?
Yeah, no, I was born in the U.S.
In the U.S.,
Yeah.
right there.
But I lived in Japan.
Lived in Japan.
Went back to the U.S. Now I'm in the Philippines. But
So you've been all around the world. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Let's go to this draft
France?
here.
France.
Have you been in France?
Français.
Have you been in France?
I have been in a game called Expedition.
What is that?
Claire Obscure. Expedition 33. Maybe you heard of it. Game of the year.
Best character. SK.
Charlie Cox. Right, back to the match.
Wakanda forever.
Expanding Rivers. This is a smart Omega choice.
All right.
Yes, they're going blue. They're going for her. Since the Harley's not up.
Oh man.
What are they going to prioritize here?
You know
Jushin?
what?
What's your command?
No!
Oh!
What a swerve!
Right away? This is the most Ryzen Smart Omega thing.
See the smile on King Kong's face.
King Kong. What do you mean? Oh, what? Does he hear us?
He's top
Does
3.
he understand us?
He's
No, he
top
just
3
knows.
King Kong. He's top 3 Fanny in the world, possibly.
Yeah.
And this has to irk him somehow. This has to make him feel something.
Like
that Omega would have the gall the audacity, the first pick Fanny.
Is that like a glove thrown to his face or something? Like a challenge?
This is a
Duel.
challenge.
Duel!
This is purely a challenge.
Oh man, Zushin can't go home without it. Can't leave home without it, man. Zushin's so good.
So, wait, hold on. Since it's Ryzen on the Fanny, and the last time we saw them play it was right when he won by the split push.
Yep.
So I'm wondering, what does onic have in store to deal with the potential that Ryzen's not in any of the fights?
This, a split
Moskov.
pusher as well.
He just give the Ryzen, give the Fanny more options to split. Give him more, give the enemy more targets to lock onto, so you can do your job better. That's what you're trying to do here. And obviously the Eve, honestly, gone down so much in usage. It's gone down so much in priority in so many teams. I'm surprised. It's still first round here for
This
Omega.
seems like something Coach Wara and Coach Lembot have prepared through the scrims. Because it happened so quickly. It's like, all right, they did take the clock. Do we take it? Very good hero. And then Eve. So I'm expecting a lot. This has to be a power pick because you're right. Eve, despite being a technically monstrous hero on paper, is just way too safe in the middle of the spectrum of Farsa Burst and Zushin utility. Like, she's just lost in the middle.
Maybe part of the idea here with the Eve is also just, if we have to fight, then we'll just post up the box, the real world manipulation, because there's a Jushin across from them, right? And part of that is going to be what roam is paired up with that, what XP laner do you have too, where you can actually help be a little more efficient with that Eve pick. But right now too, if you look at onic, this is pretty standard for them. Even with the Suyo, we've seen King Kong do it before. And if Ryzen doesn't decide to kind of duke it out and join these fights and everything else, then decides to push the map, I don't think that's really viable in this one.
Yeah, Ryzen feels like, you know, you can kind of do that split, but what do you do when the team fight is brought to the other floor?
Yeah.
It feels so difficult usually to catch up in damage, especially if a Suyo got hit first. The Suyo sinks its teeth on the target, you're trying to save it.
Yep.
Usually that target's gone already. So that's why I really like the Suyo as well, just trying to force that trade. Okay, I'm gonna take out one of yours. What are you gonna do on the back foot? Yeah, that's a little.
There it is. There's Rangatano, number one.
He's
He's
not moving.
Is this King Chella or what?
What?
Chella?
King Chella?
Definitely a King Kong fan.
That 100%.
Can I get a go onic and
say
high King Kong?
King Chella, okay, got it. Last ban, glue, and so the XP options. onic focusing towards James.
Thinned out.
Yeah, thinned out.
Very thin XP lane here. Actually, free XP bans. Oh my god. All right.
My fists first.
Are we looking at
ban.
Yuzhong maybe for James? Are we looking for Lapu? Maybe a classic?
Oh, they actually banned out the Cho.
I was
Well, because
you know
of
what?
the Fanny, I get it, yeah.
Right.
What if Brusco just plays
The Koch.
the Kaj again?
Kaj is just so good. At the same time, they might not have that front line set yet. So obviously they need roam and XP, right? So one of them can be a little less tanky, but they also need that physical damage.
He wouldn't go Hilda here, would he?
Brusco, Hilda. It's great to...
Brusco or Kirk can do it.
Yeah, this is the high-lows, okay.
I like it. Me like.
Onyx is pretty standard right now. Like, this is, depending on what Kirk decides to pick up, Smart Omega to build this out, they really need a good roam and XP lane to allow this Fanny to do what Ryzen needs to be able to do. And then, of course, for Netsky to farm up the Claude and hit that power spike with the Trinity. But they'll go with the Rock. That's a great start. Now, what's their XP going to be? It looks like it's going to be V.
Elise.
Oh, Elise. All right, they got Alice.
And Arlo is so good here for onic. Now it feels like a Charisma pick. Are we getting there? Do you feel it now? Charisma is just so good. I think we'll be able to just enable the Moskov to do free hits, especially when they start to lock in those targets, when they group up, which I think Omega's lineup will tend to do, except obviously the Fanny.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just, incentivized to group up here. And Charisma's so good with that. Lapu could too.
I was saying Lapu's there. Okay, that's Hilda. Oh, okay, so they grabbed the Hilda anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Big swerve.
It's very good because, again, with the Hilda in the EXP lane, you kind of protect that quarter, or even threaten Fanny's side of the jungle because you're so fast, you can just get in and out.
Yeah, and you can rotate around the map fast enough if you need to.
I really like how onic responded to Omega's honesty. I am worried for the barangay.
It really is. It's straight up. Like, all right, I like what you're doing, throwing out the Fanny right away.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to force a really weird draft for your opponent, but they didn't buy it.
Nope.
They don't care.
They tighted a draft. They drafted a tight lineup that addresses the problem, but also plays very strong as is.
Yeah, this is it's very like, I almost want to say standard in a way, but the Hilda we've only recently seen more so in the XP lane than Roam, for example. They're still very flexible, but this is just a great response to deal with what we've seen from Smartman before, where they are so honest with picking up the Fanny early on. Let's jump into the Land of Dawn here. Is it going to be a 3-game series, or will it be a sweep for onic?
There has to be some level of engery involved for Omega to get away with this. Because again, remember when we first saw the Fanny? Swerved after the Guinevere. He played a split push Fanny. No one saw that coming. So for them to pick Fanny early on, again, there has to be something special.
Was that engery, the split push Fanny?
I think, yeah. And if you guys are wondering what engery is, it is the art of the eng.
It's like shenanigans.
It's shenanigans. And yes, for the English stream out there, the international viewers, that's the best way we can explain it. It's shenanigans.
Another way to explain it is if you don't know your next move, your opponent doesn't know
Keep
your
them
next
guessing.
move too.
Yep.
Keep them on their toes.
The Fanny can move so many ways anyways.
Yeah.
You know?
But again, we're on expanding rivers.
That's true.
Couldn't they have done this in walls?
Broken walls.
Earlier?
Right. Because the response is also faster in expanding rivers. If you do shenanigans, the opponent can usually catch up pretty quickly.
Yep.
That's why you have a lineup that goes fast. Oh, Brusco.
Oh my god, the damage out of the bruiser! That's the finance, but King Kong comes in to punish. Oh my lord, one more incoming. Perxiva with a swing and the flicker out. That could have gone so much worse.
Yeah, that's level 4 for King Kong already, giving so much output. Look at basically slicing Mingguin in half.
And that's a great trade for onic, man. You're roamer for the jungler of Smart Omega to put Ryzen down, and that's why they're so aggressive right now.
Oh no! Okay. Fortunately, Big Game James had a gleam out.
Yeah.
Still got game. He's got game. He's James. And they're doing it.
I mean, look at this control right now. That one response, that one counter punch from onic will get them pretty much this first turtle here. There's right now Ryzen's gonna go ahead and grab his orange, or his purple, so they already know this. King Kong will go ahead and secure the objective.
And that's the lead we're talking about, like a small gap, right? You give a small gap. Oh, Kirk, what?
Coming through, power of wildness was enough. SOD would have been overkill.
That was wild.
Absolutely. He took it way too literally.
Wow.
This is, and that's what Hilda can do, but it's, again, that was Kirk that decided to be on that side of the map.
I don't blame Netsky. He wouldn't have known.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a Roam Hilda. It's an XP Hilda.
That's like going to Bali and seeing a polar bear. Like, what the hell? Oh my god! James gets picked off by 3 members of onic.
Oh man, they're denying so much against James. I think this is like, they're not really giving him any space. Look at the invader in the jungle.
Crimson Beacon slams down Parks. They answer with an RWM. And in comes Prince. Get taken down by Ryzen. But still, King Kong commits Grand Theft Orange, and there's no punish from the barangay.
Okay, well, Ryzen at least, oh no, okay, they get a flicker out from Mingguin.
Okay, Gleam into a Throne of Ruin, no follow-up unless Netsuke wants a little something. Throwing out these beads of lead at Brusco, they get away.
Yeah, Brusco should be fine here. Obviously, they have a lot more survivability. And of course, James is trying to get back into shape. He needs to recover. He is going to be the major front line here. Perxiva can't hold this front line for long. Right now, with all that's said and done, it feels like they also just bought so much space for Savero here, who is ahead from Netsky by a small amount, but enough for it to matter.
Yep, they'll continue to put pressure on the purple, or at least get some information. Good protecting here for Perks. Make sure Ryzen gets that buff. And, you know, you see this gold lead build up for onic, but at least for Ryzen, consider that he did die early on. He's actually not too far behind King Kong, even in terms of gold, but The question is, will the game continue on that way? King Kong picking up a Sky Piercer. Ryzen is going to be delayed in levels, though, so that's the biggest right now disadvantage. And so he's got to sort of play catch-up, but if he can actually get some kills and convert them, then that'd be great. This fight for this turtle, we'll see if they can actually get control of the space, utilizing the Grok here from Perks.
Here we go.
Here comes onic.
Kirk running around. Goes pathway, drop down. Ryzen in the middle of it all. A wall comes through. King Kong secures. Prince Crimson Beacon back. Ryzen cabling through. Mingwin falls. Kirk gets it. The back line and the BMI. Couple of kills going over to Smart Omega. James secures a double. And now Kirk keeps a beat on the Ryzen, assassinating the Fanny mid-air. Now Kirk keeps on going. King Kong more stacks. Netsky shuts down Kirk. And King Kong gets on away with it. James looking for more. Will not find the Sigma jungler as he goes for a stolen small camp.
You know, bro, that looks so good, but you know the trade is complete gold for Savero. 100% of the outer turret energy shield, plus the turret itself, plus all those minions. He just gave gold to the right target here, if you're on it.
Yep, Netsky's gonna go ahead and get a turret here. He did do a ton of damage in that fight. But also, Kirk is a problem, man, and that's why he's got a Blade of Hephaestus, right? He's just locking on targets, whether that's Mingwin, whether that's Ryzen that's low, and he's just a huge threat. Meanwhile, again, all this, Mingwin on the run again. Okay, he did have to burn the flicker to survive, but I was going to say, Severo is just having a heyday. He's fine. He's going ahead. He knocked down that tier 1 on bottom. He can just continue to farm up here on the Moscop.
He's having what we call
the gold lane experience.
The gold lane experience. Well, to be fair, right? Netsky was quite ahead. He also got traded that tower on top side. Ryzen mid the heroics.
1v1, Spear of Misery into the wall. Severo, what? Putting Ryzen down to 0 HP from one import to another. He is the pressure.
He is the pressure, bro. Who does that to a Fanny? Not at that level.
Oh, they're not done. Mingwin gets cut out. Another stack goes to King Kong. The beast is hungry. Netsky going through, blazing the web. BMI. Prince is not having any of it. Gets hit by the Crimson Beacon. Lantern right into Kirk's blade. Another one comes up, almost cracking Perxiva in half.
Kirk is a menace. Severo is insane as well. I mean, onic just looks locked in across the board here.
Yeah, completely locked in. Like players like Kirk, who seem so hungry to, so hungry to deal damage. I love that when a Hilda plays like this. Although you gotta be careful, you are up against a Grok, you can get boxed in. But you know what? Onyx says, we got this. We are full steam ahead.
He'll be careful when he's dead.
Yeah.
Omega should heed Kirk's warnings. And it looks like onic is calling all the shots. Like they're saying where they can rotate. They're saying if Ryzen can have his buff.
Where's Severo though?
Okay.
Ryzen gets it.
I think that's one thing that Barangay can be thankful for. That Ryzen is still getting his buff.
Yeah, he needs at least a buff. I don't know. Ryzen might try to default to let me push on the other side of the map, but then, we just saw where Severo was like, no, I got you.
Yeah.
And don't. That might have been enough to go ahead and just stop that from potentially happening. Whoop, trying to roll.
Gleam into a flicker, and they find Prince. All that for one. Make it two as Brusco is going to fall as well.
Wow, that is a very rare moment where we see a complete misstep. I don't think onic expected that many members of Omega up on top. And they really got caught by
King Kong charge surge! Serving it up to Kirk!
I was going to say surprises. They finished it for me.
Well, they surprised them too. Severo's going to try to hold down this tier 2. Meanwhile, Kirk pushing down a bot to trade it out. So it is going to fall here. Smart Omega will be able to get a turret. King Kong picking up a Malefic Aurora. He's already doing a ton of damage. Super Prince wants to start this fight.
And James gets knocked up. Oh, that's Prince actually. Oh my lord, they turned it around. And now James, between two, gleams on out. Perxiva, a fifth of his health.
Wow.
King Kong wants a little something. In comes Ryzen. Takes down King Kong up against the wall, but Kirk has so much burst. And Netsky shuts him down. How are Omega winning these trades? They want Brusco. Run, Hylos, run!
There's a response from Smart Omega. Sheesh. I don't know. That's twice now in a row where onic seemed to kind of overstep Rockhart.
Yeah, that's consecutive moments where onic feels like, you know what, we can take him. And Omega says, no, not really.
Whoa.
You can't. What are you talking about?
What? Omega are bursting it. Are they gonna get punished here? It's just Brusco and Friends.
How
Can
do they stop
Ilos
it?
and Azushin steal it away? Ryzen cables on fast enough to Retribution. That's the
Okay.
first Lord going to the barangay.
And meanwhile, Severo took the purple buff of Ryzen, so they just decided to trade it for that.
Uh-oh. That's a fairly decent trade, I would say. Or not a fairly decent trade, but they got something. A small consolation prize here.
It's still onic being proactive, and they're gonna take down Perks here. No way. Oh my lord! Tech charge! Answered by RWM and a glorious pathway. In comes Ryzen, finding Severo. Touche, good sir, and Natsuki with a blazing duet. Brusco up next. Score for Mingwin. Prince here almost goes down. Not before James does.
This is great pressure. This is just undeniable dominance being performed by Omega in the past few team fights.
Oh my god! Natsuki finds King Kong. Who's Eng now?
Wow! Onic? They are the ones who just lost themselves from 6,000 gold lead they had minutes ago.
Someone has to bring out that gold grab. That must be like a cliff at this point.
A sharp turn towards the blue as Smart Omega has taken the map, ransacked it for all it's got. They have the lead now.
And that's a complete nosedive here from their value. We're seeing consecutive oversteps, consecutive fights that feels like onic did not have the authority to actually contest.
Yeah, I just feel like, again, 2-3 times in a row now, they're like, well, we're so far ahead, we can take these fights, and they got a little crazy on their positioning, and Smart Omega will punish them through and through, and now they're the ones taking the purple buff. But King Kong did secure it, but Smart Omega has now gotten themselves control of this game.
How the turns are tabled. It's now Omega who's depriving King Kong of his purple.
And that's what you want to happen, especially right now that you are in a very open field. You're trying to deny as well the Studio. Slowing him down every single moment counts. Right now they are both in a pretty decent spot. Despite King Kong being level 15, he's actually pretty behind in terms of pressure all around the map.
Considering how Smart Omega was playing on the back foot for that middle portion of the game, they have done an amazing job at now leading this game and putting themselves in a position to go ahead and have a way better time to go ahead and take this next Lord here in just a bit. You can look at, there's the graph. I mean, look at the graph. Look at the change there. Just in the matter of, what, 2-3 minutes maybe of that time, Severo finally picks up a win in nature. He definitely needs it to deal with Ryzen.
All right, less a cliff, more of a car tumbling down, I guess. That's what it feels like for that gold graph, like, and then you go hit the, and then just consecutively, it just kind of hurts to watch.
Got the Roblox ouch sound?
Yes.
Oof, oof. Oof. Wasn't that like the famous sound effect?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Well, in this case for onic, they have definitely pretty much been checked, shoulder checked at least, and now they have to be a lot more hesitant on how they approach this. Lord is up. I think even this Kirk, he picked up, I think recently the chastised Bulger. I'm not sure what he's going to go for next.
Oh my god, a Malefic Roar?
Yeah, maybe. Just to do that burst of damage if he locks on with the power of Wilderness, but they'll pull out the Lord here. Purple buff is going to be up, so King Kong is going to want that. Kirk's going to swing around though.
Whoa. Rampart comes through, forcing Brusco to drop that glorious pathway. James fakes him out with a gleam, and now Omega decide it's time to dance.
Kirk's very
but
far
it seems
away.
like they're blitzing it. King Kong won't be able to steal. Rise and secures Kirk from the back line. Looking for a target.
Together.
Does not allow for it. Lantern flare up on the Perks. Perks has a tectonic charge, does not use it. Severo, though, buying time, pushes mid.
So he gets the turret. They decide to call off that engage, and they'll just go ahead and grab an objective. They got to clear out this Lord again. This lineup is going to be able to go ahead and clear out Lord pretty quickly. Even so on Smart Omega, if they find themselves in that position here. Let's take a look at the items real quick, looking at the defense for onic.
I would say that was a very decent sacrifice if your goal was to get Severo basically up on par with Netsky, because while all that was happening, they were also taking that mid lane turret, which is very important in making sure that you still gain control of the wave management. But now you got 3 big waves crashing on your base. What do you do now?
Oh, Ryzen.
James coming through. They're ruin on a Severo. Brusco drops the glorious pathway, slowing down Omega's push. but Lord still standing. Cracks that top lane inhibitor. Lantern Flare on the 1. James flickers out. Another Lantern Flare on the Perk Ziva. But Omega are having none of this. Tech charge to stop the forward push and the flicker out. Smart Omega keep themselves alive, but Kirk,
I'm not sure if Kirk's going to do anything here.
He has lethal intent.
Okay.
He knows, not worth it.
Yeah.
Look at the stragglers. If ever someone got caught by Severo there, even if they didn't die, you know, Kirk would have finished the job. It's pretty fair right now. If you are looking at item checking, the Fanny just feels so deadly right now, man. It's approaching max items. At this point, you gotta keep your eyes out, bro. Severo's gonna evaporate with one combo.
It's at max items now.
He's locked in now. Just picked up the Sea Halberd. So it's, you're online, you're ready for Smart Omega. Severo had to burn his flicker earlier on. That's why they probably didn't pursue a fight. They just wanted to go ahead and clear out that Lord, keep the base, defend it as best they could. They lose a base turret. Meanwhile, Smart Omega still maintains theirs. But it essentially will come down to that Lord fight, the next one. But also, if onic decides to choose to fight, I don't think that's in their best interest because, again, it's Brusco on Hylos, man. Like, a lot of the times it's just Smart Omega saying, you know what, let's just go ahead, go for Brusco, get the Glorious Pathway done. At least we have one thing down, which is a sort of engagement if onic wants to use that or to get out. But Smart Omega's got a lot of tools.
Wait. Kirk has 2 Legion Blades. Is he going to go BOD?
I think he might be going BOD, man.
Wow. Okay. Kirk's mad, guys. He wants those kills.
Speaking of, Ryzen checks him, and the rest of the guy come through. Kirk flickers out, forces a response from Ryzen, gets picked off just like that.
Not sure if that's worth it at this point. You're 4v5, 10 seconds while the Lord is going on.
Oh, man.
And it looks like onic wants to do their own kind of split.
Yeah, without Kirk, oh no, here's the response from Perks.
Rampart right through, and he surges, he's safe. And here comes the rest of onic. Glorious Pathway, canceling the escape. They get one on the Netsuke! Netsuke here, BMI through, survives!
Check your base!
And here comes Super Prince. Super Prince very low, RWM. Gets taken down, Ryzen inside the base! Netsuke takes out Brusco. They won't be able to defend. Severo versus Penguin, but it's all a trap as Ryzen comes through.
Not again!
To go all the way!
Not again! No way! No way they do it, son of a gun! Smart Omega eking out a victory with a split from a Fanny. How many times does he have to do it?
And that is why they picked up Fanny in first pick. Ryzen does it again. How? How does this happen?
It keeps happening.
In Season 10, an athlete by the name of Benny Cutie changed the game by forcing the base to have shields without minions. In that same season, an athlete by the name of Nets pulled off a backdoor with a hero named Bruno in his amateur season. Now, Ryzen has taken that mantle in Season 17.
Yeah.
Stolen, what? A handful of games with the same hero with the same strat.
I was almost expecting the damn you Dean to come out, man.
It would if we didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
This was brazen.
It was telegraphed.
And onic could not do anything about it.
The crazy thing is they did in the early to mid game where they like kind of slowed them down, but it all ended up the same. Ryzen just pushing your base on the Fanny. It's just he wasn't the one doing it throughout the game. It was just at the very end there.
And they saw it coming. Don't tell me they didn't see that, because I saw it on the map. He was on the minions. They started that fight knowing he was going to do it.
Omega would not let them.
Yeah.
Omega did everything right
to slow them down,
to deny them the recall and the clear.
And Severo was winning those team fights, but because Kirk went down earlier on, he couldn't be back up in time.
They were down a man.
Yeah.
Hand this man the MVP.
It's got
Wait, what?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
Sneaky Dean coming through the back door.
Who thought
of that?
That's amazing.
That's so good.
Oh my god.
Almost as good as how he performed.
Oh man, don't give this guy a Fanny ever, because he will do things like this. And again, a lot of people wonder, Even us on the desk, like, oh man, the Fanny first pick.
What I say, shenanigans.
There
was angery involved.
Angery. This is shenanigans.
It's high level. That was like, again, you don't know your plan. You don't know our plan if I don't know my plan. I'm just gonna go with the wave. I'm gonna do my cables.
But also, you should have known.
You should have known.
We were
You've
gonna-
seen it happen before.
Before, man.
All right.
I feel like
MVP.
that was just perfect timing on his end. Even if he didn't know, like, he could do that throughout the game, it's always there. Like, I feel like it's always an option. It's like in the back of your mind. If this angle is here, and also, like I said, it hinged off the fact that they got Kirk early on, you know, but this was, onic did a good job at handling things in the early to mid game. You have to give it to them. But I will also say this, onic is the reason why they had this happen. They took so many losses consecutively in this game too.
And they also decided to take these fights, right? Like, these are very active decisions. These are not like things that you lose out. These are not things that you, oh, I forgot. No, you're actively making these decisions. You're trying to take advantages. It's just that Omega was prepared each and every turn.
Oh man, it's just who knew that it would end? Who knew? But at the same time, it's like you kind of expect it to end like this, and we're going to a game 3, which is great because this is also just kind of a little bit of a picture of what could potentially happen in the playoffs. Again, both these teams have secured their spot in the playoffs. We have a 3rd seed onic, 4th seed Smart Omega.
What to tell you, skinny guys boxing.
Skinny guys boxing.
You thought it was over? No, I didn't hear that bell ring.
I didn't hear that. I hear no bell. That's Ryzen, man.
I have some super fans in my comment section saying Omega might be read out come the playoffs. How do you read this out?
No, they're the ones doing the reading here.
I
bro.
think in playoffs, you'll actually see a Fanny ban.
All right, they see this, right?
I mean,
might.
you should just ban the
You
Fanny.
should just ban the Fanny, right? I think it's one of those cases, man.
It's a big skill check if you can kind of just let the Fanny go and stuff like that not happening, which is almost very impossible.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen sooner or later, and it just so happens that it did right here.
It's living under an iron fist, basically. If you say you can have the Fanny, you're kind of coming in half-cocked because, what, we have to draft answers for it?
Yeah.
And then we have to play a specific way to not allow this?
And if you don't draft against it, you have to be ready to face the consequences.
Which is so funny because I would say, like, there was a concept here from onic to draft against the Fanny. Like we mentioned, even the Moskov.
Yes.
We even saw it in action, literally, when
1v1.
Severo 1v1 to Ryzen.
XP Hilda too.
XP Hilda, who Kirk was pretty much unstoppable for the majority of the game until he wasn't.
Until he wasn't.
You know, until it's like, Kirk,
Until the
what's going
Predator
on?
became prey.
It feels like they were ready for it. It didn't have an air of, oh my god, this is gonna just blow us away. No. It looked like onic was ready for it until they kind of just let go of the pedal, you know?
Yeah, and this is one of those cases where when you're like in control of the game and you're on this kind of streak, it can quickly get evaporated, especially if you're making consecutive mishaps, you know, and those are happening. And it's just also a good showcase of what Smart Omega has showed us throughout the season and how they've vastly improved in their own shot calling, their own synergy, what they're able to do. This is a very different Smart Omega in Season 17 than we've seen in seasons previously. And even the way that they play, the way they adapt throughout the game, and the way that they even respond to pressure, with the pressure over there, Severo and the rest of onic, is great for them to make work for Smart Omega.
I'm telling you right now, it feels like, you know what? They have that different vibe. Maybe it's just standard #1 support. Maybe it's all the buffs in the audience. Maybe it's the entrance music, but it's really different Smart Omega we're seeing.
All of the above.
All of the above.
All of the above. Impressive how Ryzen was able to keep his heart rate at about average.
Yeah.
You know, like going in, his heart's pumping 80-something, and then peak at 120.
Yeah.
That's pretty calm.
Okay,
Yeah.
could chalk it up to Ryzen just being physically fit.
Physically fit.
Man has a sleeper build.
I've seen him, I think, a pull-up video that he had, and I was like, man, he does have a sleeper build. But there we go, Fanny wins games. Real or fake? Question mark.
Real or fake? Remember that?
3 years ago, man.
Was that 3 years
Was it?
ago?
I think it's like just 2.
Was it?
I don't know.
It's a meme.
It's a meme. It's a meme.
It's an online thing, yo.
It's an online thing.
Don't get it wrong.
You know, that's a great question though. You guys can let us know in the comments. You know, is it real or is it fake? Who's your best jungler though this season 17? I don't know. How are you guys supposed to vote in the chat right now with this? We got a ton of different emojis. I guess.
Drop emojis.
Drop emojis.
Emoji.
Who do you guys think? Is it going to be Ryzen after that performance? Is it King Kong, James Pence? Is it still the GOAT, Carl Teasy? Is it Demon Kai or Kyle? This is, who would you guys vote for?
That's a difficult question.
Who is your best jungler for season 17?
I think the WoW.
Big wow.
Big WoW?
Big WoW.
Yeah.
Big wow.
Who is Kyle supposed to be? What is his avatar hero? Is that a Ling?
I think that's...
Yeah. Big credits, by the way, to Legends TV for making this graphic. I'm really curious to see what the responses to this are online.
I think, is that a Guinevere skin that we just don't see often? Because I think Kyle is supposed to be Guinevere.
Should be Gwyn, in my opinion.
Gwyn. I'm going to have to go with the Carl Teasy here,
It's
too.
WoW.
Yeah, it's WoW for me.
He's almost godlike on his...
He's breaking his own records, man.
day
Sub
in and
9
day
minutes.
out.
Yeah.
Come on.
I love to see Ryzen's Fanny there. Love to see that. Kyle's been amazing, too, especially like on the Guinevere, but Carl Teasy's Carl Teasy, man. It's hard to argue against Carl Teasy.
Guy's a walking legend.
He is.
Maybe only second to Faker, he is the undisputed GOAT of his game.
Yeah. And I don't know. I can't wait to see what clashes we have in the playoffs.
Because even basketball, you ask like, is it Kobe? Is it Jordan? Is it LeBron? Like, that's not fixed.
Yeah.
Here, well, we got a 10-year history.
Yeah.
It's Carl.
It's Carl.
It's Carl.
It's definitely
100%.
Carl.
So right now, obviously coming into this game well, Carl T's hero, by the way, used by Smart Omega. Still Carl T's hero, I would say. So coming to this draft, right? Now, I think most teams, even coming into the playoffs, most teams are just going to have that Fanny locked out anyway. Makes me wonder, what kind of thought process allows a Fanny into a draft, right? Like, is a thought process you can kind of deal with it? Is a thought process you can 1v1 it with heroes like the Moskov?
Yeah.
It just needs a lot more study.
I think it's enough because even some of the greatest minds like Super Friends, mid laner of the week 7, agreed to let it through.
Yeah.
And again, these draft decisions, they are not made by one man, even though sometimes it looks like it does.
Yeah.
It's a whole team agreeing to it. And I'll tell you now, half of game 2 could have sworn they might have solved it.
Yeah. I think
Especially after the Moscow 1v1, right?
Yeah, there was definitely moments of that where it's like they had it figured out, but also essentially you get some compositions, especially some specific players on certain heroes that are just able to shine off of that. Even for Netsky.
Oh, he's the strongest gold laner of week 7.
Of week 7.
That's true. Undeniable.
Stats don't lie.
You would be ang if you disputed that.
Yeah. By the way, our third map's going to be a random pick between Dangerous Grass and what else do we not have? Flying Clouds?
Flying Clouds.
Flying Clouds.
Where are we going?
Where are we going? Dangerous Grass. Now you bring out the Hilda again. Someone.
You know what? I really have to commend Kirk on that last game.
Yeah.
It feels like he was just bloodthirsty.
He was the architect of violence. He was what, 7-2?
7-2.
Before
Crazy.
he got picked off.
Yeah, and then, disaster strikes.
Yeah.
Fire Nation attacks and everything.
Brother, that is how playing Hilda feels. Like, I feel like you dominate the early and mid game even, but then you kind of just like fall off a bit late game, where if you do get caught out, you're either burning a flicker or you're just trying to run away. And in that lineup, we had Hilda and Bruce go on the high-lows.
Yep.
So a lot of the times, all Smart Omega had to do is let's either get the Glorious Pathway out or let's get rid of Kirk. And they were fine.
It felt so easy to actually just draw out the Glorious Pathway.
Yeah.
And a lot of these times...
And Brusco was very generous with it. It's like, and anytime I need my team to stay or my opponents to get away, I will drop it.
He's so willing to throw it out, and maybe that willingness is something that Smart Omega kind of exploited, and that resulted in a very good one.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
This one, I'm very excited, bro. I'm just very excited to see if they're going to let it through again. Is it going to be a point of pride?
Yeah. And Smart Omega's on the blue, brother, so I don't know. Are they going to first
Bro,
again?
Look at it. They might just let it through.
They might ban it. I think even Super Prince, they got
Like,
the
no?
comms going on. Like, do we just ban the Fanny out
Come on, Bluffsy, give us something.
just to make sure, you know, we cover our grounds there?
Give us something. That's a long time to decide on that one.
Yeah, because there's not going to be. All right, they ban. Oh,
They let it through.
they ban out the Claude instead.
What?
So are they just going to go for the?
Oh, where's the insta-lock? No insta-lock? No insta-lock?
Yeah, no, it's a lock for now.
What's happening?
Harley's open too.
I mean, you're right. They could not go crazy again.
Okay, yeah.
Harley, there you go.
What if
All right.
King Kong is like, it's my time to play the Fanny?
Please. I would, oh my god, I would pay to see that. I would literally pay to watch that game. King Kong, can you?
Oh man,
Or
listen, 'cause
can
you
you
saw
not?
his reaction previously when Ryzen picked up first pick, you know?
That's a very rare moment where King
Yeah.
Kong raised an eyebrow.
Yep. And that was not to do his famous poses, you know? So
He was very serious when he did that
it was
one.
serious, yeah. But again, even King Kong, he did well on the Suyo previous game. I mean, he was getting kills, getting stacks up.
He was
Rounds,
cutting
you know?
people into half HP with
Yeah.
one combo. That's how crazy King Kong was in the
Yeah.
last one.
Valentina plus the Cho. This was banned out last game. Cho also got recently, he got a bit of a buff, for those that don't know. So his ultimate does a little bit more damage, I believe, and then there's no delay between his Jikundos, I think it is. Like the attack delay. But Cho definitely is a little bit better now.
Yeah, overall, you're going to feel the Cho a lot smoother.
Smoother.
Yeah,
it's like-
transition into
yeah.
a fight faster. Not something too crazy, but I think is going to be enough to actually put it back, especially in the hands of players like Brusco, who basically won championships off of it.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, that's very valid to just lock that in and make sure that the Harley can't really do much. Although letting go of the R-Lock feels like it is a very, you know, it's a grave mistake. I feel
Yeah.
like R-Lock in the hands of James is just, it's just stuff of legends as well. James, despite, you know, not being always the most talked about XP laner, has always had like really consistent heroes. One of those is, of course, this R-Lock.
That's why we've been talking about it, man. Big game at James.
Big game, James. You know where it came from.
And even before, go with James. You know, he's very reliable. Oh, man. So the box is actually going to come through for King Kong. This is usually banned out.
It's a fair trade, I
Yeah.
would say, right? You get everything.
Yeah. So it's, you know, and wasn't that the talk of the town for a while when it was like, oh, King Kong, you know.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh, whoa.
That's energy.
Whoa.
That's energy.
Whoa.
He's trying to... How can he move like that?
I like how he just insta falls asleep, too, every
He
single
just
time.
suddenly just...
It's like a burst of energy.
He
and
runs
then
out of
sleep.
batteries.
Yeah. And then he brings it back. You got to get that guy a seat in the playoffs.
He is a genetic freak.
He is.
Is that the official title now? Genetic
Biologically
freak?
speaking, he's not supposed to be capable of those things.
Yes.
Just...
Until you see his social media. And then you realize.
Guys,
Scientists are studying that. They filed it as official footage.
stuff of legends, like I tell you, man. Stuff of
man.
legends. All right,
Okay.
we're going to this next phase. Gord, respect.
I like how
Love
they banned it out, yep.
Yep, Gord, respect. Yu Zhang just to cover out all these bases. Maybe one more XP laner just to ensure that the Baksha does stay on the jungle. No, I don't doubt that it's going to be jungle, but you're just stopping the swerve just in case. Maybe. Hurry out. Ooh. They might just want to go full on tank mode here. I'm expecting maybe something like a Khalid. Or no.
The ultimate answer.
No, not Khalid.
Yeah, both sides first half
Both sides are good, yeah.
kind of block out the Khalid already.
No.
There's so many questions, man.
I wouldn't XP Cho, you're right.
Yeah, that and like, again, already the fact that Fanny is left out open.
Yeah.
We're good here. Right, this Harley obviously can do a lot.
Oh, he's back!
Fully back and charged up.
My lord.
Oh,
The reload
man.
time on this man, and he's out.
I wonder what he does when he has a headache.
I can't.
I can't move like that when I have a headache.
I think he's fine now.
Yeah, I think it's
He's probably hydrated. He got a lot of slurps outside.
He's got sip out there. Whoa, Obsidia!
Hey!
Obsidia.
Weren't we just
Wait,
talking
win rate
about
is 0%?
0%.
I actually didn't realize that Obsidia is 0% win
We're
rate.
talking about his flexibility. He's just trying to flex it at this point.
Is this number 13 for Severo, or has he played the Obsidia?
I mean, if you've played 13 gold laners,
You probably did.
Obsidia's gotta be there.
Unless
Unless.
it's 13.
We'd love to confirm that with Prod later on. Let's see if we can get that info.
Sure, there's a stat
Yeah, there's probably a stat there.
sheet for this.
Okay.
Whoa, no! That's gay!
That's
That's
good.
gay. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
He is
No
teasing
way!
us!
No, he's gonna do it! He's gonna.
Oh, I thought he was going to do it. Yeah, he knows. He knows. Netsky knows.
Netsky has us.
Having the first half.
And Mingman went with the Louis Yi.
Ooh, that's a bigger sword monster.
That's a lot of space travel, by the way, between a Harley and a Louis Yi.
World's farthest space escape.
All right.
Oh man, what is the last pick here? Okay.
All right.
Lapu.
Lapu. Again, we kind of thought they'd go all out. We got Kirk on the Lapu. It's really good control. Like what I see here. So, I would say I'm still I'm not impressed with the Obsidia so far.
You don't like the Obsidia?
No. Even in the regions, I don't really like it whenever it pops out. It feels like it just has too much of a wind-up time. I am so happy to be proven wrong here. Please, onic, prove me wrong. Give it a win at this point. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe it'll get its first win here. I think either way. Also, Bruno does insane damage, so you've got a whole lot of damage profile from Smart Mega in physical and in magic, and that's going to be a great spread. You got some decent tankiness though, and rotatability here from onic. So I don't know. I actually don't. This is almost a 50-50 for me going into game 3. You guys can let us know what you think in the comments below. Let's go ahead and jump into our final game here. Day 1, it's week 8, last week of the regular season.
Yeah, we're going into this one obviously with both of our gold laners very firmly on that fighter emblem. More survivability, and again, it has more ramp-up time. I'm looking forward to that, seeing that from Severo. See how they deal with that, but right now, it's the newly buffed show here. And like we mentioned, you'll probably see it smoother, move a lot, a lot faster on the map. Maybe it will look like it's moving faster. It just doesn't have that swing.
Whoop.
So let's see.
And his kick hurts more too. Like his Way of the Dragon ultimate hurts a little bit more. So I don't know. We'll see how Brusco utilizes this. It might. I don't know. He might have a little bit of a difficult time trying to actually get the right targets, I feel like, against this kind of lineup. Also because the Louis Yi is just going to kind of mess with tempo. Usually that's what we see with Louis Yi's, and when these early skirmishes break out and team fights break out, you really have to respect the Louis Yi's kit and playing around that, but also the macro opportunities that Smart Mega's lineup is going to enable them to have.
Yeah, I actually know we were all panicking with that Hanabi hover, but the Louis was the bigger swing.
Yeah.
That was I think they were hiding that back behind that hover.
King Kong finds the Unite on a Perziva. Perziva next knocked up, and that's first blood drawn by onic.
Yeah, that deadly magic's not going through this back chef, at least for now. He's gonna need a lot of items before that happens.
Ooh, what do they want to do? Just push
Let's go.
those here?
Oh, wow.
They force
He's
out
threatening it.
a space escape, and then up next is James. And James gets a vengeance through, but it's not enough even with the revitalize. And now Perziva.
The slow.
Glorious pathway. Mingwin will not be able to save his captain. 3 kills straight for onic before the first hurdle.
Great start for them. They're going to be able to go ahead and secure the turtle off of that too. onic knew that even if they wait a little bit longer, playing around this dangerous grass map and the advantage that it gives you, they could potentially get another kill, and they make it happen.
A good bonus of that, obviously, is just Super Friends so flexible. Then they see that coming and just getting that glorious pathway. Just A1, bro.
This is a sheer example of a 4-in-1. Like the 4 from onic can just do whatever they want. while Savero just ramps up. Again, this kind of solves the whole long wind-up issue of Obsidia.
When we say long wind-up for Obsidia, because we haven't seen her too much, and especially hasn't won, how long are we talking about? Is it a typical Trinity timing, like around the 9-minute mark, or is it even longer for an Obsidia? Oh, there's a kick.
Well, after that, we see a Perxiva survives, and the answer is no. Again, the trio, or the quad, Prince
He's alive.
gets in and survives the deadly magics.
Clutch play here coming in from onic. And answer that, I think the optimal answer is obviously still that Swift Trinity.
Yeah.
Or now the Marksman Trinity, as they say. But the problem is getting there. Usually getting there is the difficult part, and charging up your stacks, right? Because it's not always so easy to do that, especially with long-range Marksman right now dominating. At least it's not a quad.
Uh-oh, in comes Brusco.
Hello.
With the Purify. Slide tackle back.
Yep.
Got back up. Or not really.
Yep, the fake
Loyi, man.
fake diversion,
Because
but
Onyx saw that.
yeah, they saw it.
It's
And
every time.
Even in that way, you get the Purify out.
Oh! King Kong with the Unite on the Perxiva. Drops to revitalize and the Glorious Pathway. Will survive for now.
Very happy to take that. Again, this mid 4 that you're talking about can really just get so much attention.
Yeah.
That's the power of this lineup. While all that's happening, Savero just not getting ganked.
Yeah.
Right? For like how many minutes now?
5 minutes.
No one's touching that bottom side.
Almost.
And that's a perk of this 4-1 lineup.
I'd say even for Netsky though, he's doing fine. And if you look at both golden laners, they're pretty much relatively even across the board, so they're kind of doing their thing. Turtle's going to be up here, second one now. Genius Wand picked up Horizon.
What?
For his pathway. There's a final.
Massive final slash. Prince didn't have anything to say. And now King Kong gets him with deadly magics. Ryzen finds him. Perxiva survives, but Ryzen does bite it. No retribution from both sides. Kirk here, still fighting back. Brusco thinking twice. For the first time in this game, Omega punish onic.
Wow. Again, that's what I'm talking about. You got to respect the Loyi's kit. You see that burst amount of damage too. Just when you think you're going to go ahead and fight.
Oh, Savannah thinking twice.
Whoa!
Does not commit fully the Hunt of Bone.
We're seeing it though. We're seeing it. We're slowly seeing the ramp up, and of course the rest of Omega down here just to help out if they need it.
Okay.
And that turtle, look
That's
at that.
a 4-man. Kirk and King Kong coming from the flank. Savero does
Knock.
oblige. Turtle at a fifth of itself. Perxiva. Glorious Pathway and Revitalize. Taken down by Kirk. Turtle still standing. And King Kong secures. Now Mingwin gets taken down. Kirk with the flicker forward. Netsky gets secured by Prince. And just like that, the Super Fam trampled through. Diversion. James did not expect that. But he gets away.
That was close.
Oh no.
All right, we're getting it. We're seeing this. I think at this point, I'm going to be pretty happy if I was Savero. We're doing everything by the book, and they're getting trampled here. onic just savoring this right now, maximizing all the gold that can go into this gold lane.
Joseph, this looks like the Gold Lane Experience Premium.
Yeah.
There's a premium subscription?
There's a subscription, man.
Oh my god.
Right now, Severo's got it. He's trying to get this first win. Whoa!
Whoa! That's what comes with premium.
Yep. You get a bonus.
A big bonus.
That's the bonus.
If you guys didn't see, that was the Sky Piercer getting locked in the moment they called the subscription button. The moment he pressed the subscribe button.
Yeah, payment success.
Payment success.
So,
it popped up.
Got a Corrosive Scythe, and then he went Sky Piercer. We'll see what else he decides to build up.
Second item.
Yep,
Wow.
second item. He's ready to join the fight. He's basically saying, like, now that I've taken out this turret, I'm ready to go ahead and join. They're centered up here on this top side of the map. Kirk jumping in.
And he got that. The tail end of the Land Shaker. Glorious Pathway stolen away by Prince. Blocking out the escape route. And James gets taken down. Kirk versus 3. Kirk will not survive as Netsky shuts him down. But Ryzen gets found up by Prince. 2 for 1.
That was a great response by Brusco, too. He utilized the flicker and then the kick combo. Super Prince waited patiently after dropping down his own Glorious Pathway. Good team fighting and game sense there from onic. We'll see if they're able to go ahead and knock down another turret. Savero does up top. They still put some pressure here in the mid.
It's actually right. It's excellent team fighting for onic. The only thing not going their way is the kill's not going over to Savero, but he doesn't really have a choice in that matter. Yeah. He's just got so much, combo burst from the other members of onic that he can't really pick up those kills yet.
Truth be told, oh my lord! Final slash! Frizz flickers back. In comes King Kong to the rescue. Glorious Pathway answered by a Puissance.
All right.
As we were saying.
As you were saying.
Savero doesn't have the items yet. He has the attack speed, the Corrosion Scythe.
Yeah.
He has the kill potential with the Sky Piercer, but no true damage item yet.
That's true. Doesn't have that oomph. He's got the speed, but doesn't got the oomph.
Maybe in
That's what we're
another
looking for.
minute he'll have his third item or so. But that's 3 for 3 in the turtles.
Oh my lord, where did the buff go?
It's gone.
Who did it go to?
To the King Kong. King Kong Retribution then.
Okay.
Heartbreaking.
Yep.
Going in.
I think I can go under
King
this
Kong's
turret.
threatening.
Super Prince has a final slash. I don't know if you use it here. You don't want to overstep. Again, this is what happened to them in game 2. They had a lead. They threw the lead away, basically. So I think we're going to see onic be a little bit more defensive, utilizing what they can. Tier 1's going to fall on bottom as Omega clears that out. So at least they get a turret down. They have to start making moves across the map because it seems like they're just not really ready to team fight just yet against onic.
Yes, onic right now being more careful of overheating. James!
King Kong finds James! Serving up a kill is available. That's a stack for pressure. And now, Perxiva underneath Glorious Pathway might not even stand up against onic. Netsky clearing out the waves. Big blade lands on him. They will not be able to pop the Holy Shield, but they will still apply pressure.
Oh boy. Now that pressure again all over the map. Ryzen is choosing not to exert pressure. He's choosing to do it in a different way. Not the team fight, but on the towers.
Oh my lord, Big G Kundo forcing Ryzen to space escape back in the juke. Ryzen lives.
And that's what Harley can do right there. Good low cooldown on the space escape. Oh, Netsky. Okay, he's less than half. He's fine. They're just holding on to that turret, that shield up top. And onic will continue to put pressure in the jungle. Purple's going to be up here for Ryzen. See what they try to do. King Kong trying to jump on in. And Ryzen will secure the purple buff, so they're fine for there. Are they in a fighting position to contest this first Lord here, though, Rockhart?
Yeah, this feels like it is prime contention right now. Both teams have that initiate that they're itching to use. James right now is looking for an opening. You know he's going to go for it. The big gameplay is on his mind. But onic just not giving it.
Yeah, you can see that too. 3 items locked in now for Severo. He's got a DHS locked in, working on the next.
I think that's the damage we were looking for.
That was the damage.
Damage against Perks, damage against James, HP based.
Yep.
Damage from the DHS. On his way to a Golden Staff Lord here at a 10th of its health. Yeah, no, Perxiva may have paid for this information a little too much.
Yep.
All he had to do was stand nearby and say, yep, they're taking it, but instead he pays with his life. Now James, going home.
That's a swing and a miss. And Omega are going to suffer for this. They don't have the engagement. They don't really have the firepower to team fight.
And in comes the rest of onic. James gets picked off like that. Oh, the rotations from Ningguin, but no follow through. I think Netsky has already thrown out the world. Kirk catches a Deadly Magics. Ball to his face from Netsky. Kirk flickers through.
He'll survive.
That is a stolen diversion just for Bruce go with the flicker. Ryzen gets picked off just like that. And Ningguin, the punish, cleared it off for Brusco. Glorious Pathway, but no damage from Omega down bottom. They're going to have to concede this tier 2 turret.
Yeah, they do have to deal with this Lord up top too. Netsky is there to go ahead and help with that, but onic really just shoving themselves to fight under the turret against Smart Omega. So that finally falls. The Lord's going to be trying to make its way to this turret to see if they can get the shield down. King Kong and Severo are here, but it's held there for now. It doesn't look like the shield's going to go down. Severo does pick up another item. He gets a golden staff. A lot of these items being locked in now. Oh, the shield's still up.
It's still up.
Yep. I guess they took down the minion as it came in, so they're going to keep this shield for about 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
All that effort for 10 seconds, but it's worth it.
Nobody died.
Nobody died. That's an important thing. And then, again, that's despite both of these teams just having so much engage potential, so much firepower that they're itching to use, that no one dying there was honestly a big surprise. And then also the tower is just surviving is a big bonus. If you're Omega, you're trying to buy as much time as you can. Get Netsky to the point where these crits are starting to, where these crits hit the 1K mark.
Speaking of people watching from home with, full-on speakers, imagine, hear those balls.
Yeah.
They are booming.
They hurt.
It's base.
But are they though?
Yeah.
How many items does he have? Oh,
he's got some.
Here comes
there.
onic. They hunt down even Ningguin, the kick on the Perxiva. This might be a 2-man assassination coming from the Super Fam, and Parks here actually lives. Now
on the bone.
James, too much. Savero gets a stack off him. Savero is at 4.
40 stacks,
man.
bro. 40 stacks on an Obsidia.
Yeah, he is locked in. You see the damage just melting down. And he held on to the ultimate, that Hunter Bone. He didn't want to use it on Perxiva.
You know who else held on?
What?
James. He still has a flicker and a final slash.
Yeah.
That means he was able to use neither in that engagement.
Oh, I'm not sure if I want to do that, but at least he will have the flicker ready if ever they go for this Lord.
That's trigger discipline.
Trigger display, maybe?
Oh, man. They're going to need it for this Lord. I don't know. This might be one of those situations where it's just blitzed down very quickly. The information is going to be there from Perxiva. He's got them in sight. What do they go for here? They have the Luigi and Netsuki clearing down the bottom. He'll bring him with the diversion, but this might be a little bit too late.
Okay, diversion. They're setting it up. Perks is looking for a response. Netsuki and Mingwin are in the vicinity. Lord here at a 16th of its health. 2 glorious pathways as King Kong takes it. And where's the backup? Worldy still on Netsuki. Down goes James. It's deja vu. And now onic collapse onto Omega. Rusko finds the kick. Gets rid of Mingwin. And now Perxiva's going to be up next. Hunt the bone. On the big day. Forward flicker. My friends. Savero is a maniac.
He is the pressure! Savero on the Obsidia!
Unbelievable, man. I am loving the flow. I'm loving the momentum. They got the tempo. They're taking the game.
Avec Clayton. Gila Banget. Savero is crazy in this game as they take the series 2-1.
And the crowd goes wild. Look at all the fans right now. Savero making the Obsidia work finally here in Season 17.
Savero! Man, we're going to have a whole discussion in the playoffs about the gold laners right now. And Savero especially getting the first dub, the first win for this Obsidia with a maniac. Yeah, he's going to march very confidently over there. Give the fist bumps over to Smart Omega here. What a match.
That's beautiful, man. They made it work. They made the composition that was technically very difficult to run work so flawlessly.